Hi, I'm Lear Morrison. This is Casey Cheeseworks. Tonight here we're at I-35 Speedway in Winston, Missouri, and we're just right at the start-finish line. We'll have our featuring class of the Lucas Oil Power I non-wing sprint cars with the weekly racing classes of Pure Stocks, E-Mods, Grand Nationals, USRA stock cars, USRA B-Mods, and USRA Modifieds. And they're watering the track right now. Pack in here in a little bit, and we'll get to racing here and see some good racing, dirt tracking at its best here at I-35 Speedway.
Getting ready to pick up the pace. On the gas, and we're green. Caitlin Lear into the lead, followed by J.D. Black. And here comes Corey Wyant on the top side. Corey Wyant with a good run on the top. He's going to get a run down the backstretch. Pulls down on the bumper of Caitlin Lear. Side by side. Lear holds the spot coming off of turn 4. It's Lear, followed by Wyant and J.D. Black. Through turns 1 and 2, your leader is the 77K of Caitlin Lear. Lear sliding really high, up and around. It's Caitlin Lear spinning out. Yellow comes out. So Wyant getting ready to lead us back here to the green. He's on the gas. Green flag is out. Corey Wyant with a good start. Now Parkinson trying to move by J.D. Black for second. Side by side as they go down the backstretch. Parkinson on the top side. Black down low. Parkinson moves by in turns 3 and 4, and here comes Wyatt Burks as well. It's Parkinson and Burks, second and third. J.D. Black right there in fourth. Now J.D. Black moves by Wyatt Burks, and Burks now with the run off of turn 2 now. Now Burks looking at the bottom, trying to get by Parkinson for second. Your leader is the 99 of Corey Wyant. Then it's Parkinson, Burks. Now a good battle for fourth between J.D. Black and Corey Nelson. Down the backstretch, your leader is Corey Wyant. Now completing lap 4. It's second is Parkinson, then it's Burks, Black, and Nelson. Corey Wyant about a half straightaway lead over second place Chris Parkinson. As they get ready to complete lap 5. Wyant continuing to lead, followed by Parkinson and Burks. Through turns 1 and 2, your leader is Wyant. Parkinson closing in on Wyant. Now Parkinson slides high and goes over the bank. He does keep going, but he loses about 6 spots. Your leader is the 99 of Corey Wyant. And yellow flag is out. Looks to be the 11 of Frank Rogers, spun in between turns 3 and 4. By him. Wyant is on the gas. Green flag is out. Both drivers going to the top. Burks staying right with Wyant. Right on there. Here comes slide job. Slide job by Wyatt Burks. Wyant turning underneath. Wyant back to the lead off of turn 4. Now Corey Wyant over the bank in turn 2. Burks on the gas. Green flag is out. Burks, your leader, followed by Black. Then it's Slater-Helt running third down the backstretch. Burks continuing to lead. Wyatt Burks, a good run there through turns 1 and 2. Burks on the gas, green flag's out. Again, a great start for the 11W of Wyatt Burks. Through turns 1 and 2, it's Burks, followed by Black, Nelson, and Parkinson. Wyatt Burks continuing to lead here with 10 laps complete. "11 laps complete. It's Wyatt Burks as we have another spin. Burks on the hammer, and we're green. Wyatt Burks, good run down the backstretch. Pulls out to about a 5-car length lead over JD Black. "11 laps in the books for Wyatt Burks. Laps complete. Your leader is the 11W of Wyatt Burks. Then it's JD Black, Corey Nelson, Chris Parkinson, and Taylor Walton still your top 5. Mitchell Davis running 6th. Then it's Brian Beebe and Terry Richards. 13 laps complete. Burks continuing to lead. Nearly a half straightaway lead over second place, JD Black. As the 41 of Brad Wyatt pulls into the infield. Wyatt Burks here, completing lap 16, is your leader, followed by Black, Nelson, Parkinson, now Mitchell Davis, putting with a battle for the 5th spot with Taylor Walton. "17 laps complete. Your leader is Burks. Coming by this time to complete lap 18. About a half straightaway lead for first place Wyatt Burks over JD Black. Nelson running 3rd. Then it's Parkinson. Taylor Walton now still being pressured for the 5th spot from Mitchell Davis. Davis looking to get underneath him as they go into turns 3. Oh, big contact, and upside down goes Taylor Walton.
Whoa. He got it around.
And Burks takes off as the green flag comes out. Through turns 1 and 2, your leader is Wyatt Burks. Parkinson putting pressure on Nelson for 3rd, can't make the pass. With 19 laps completed, the leader is Wyatt Burks. Pulling out to about a 10-car length lead as he goes into turn 3. JD Black continuing to run 2nd, followed by Corey Nelson, Chris Parkinson, and Terry Richards up to 5th. 20 laps complete, your leader is Wyatt Burks. Nearly a half straightaway lead over second place JD Black. "21 laps complete. Your leader continues to be Wyatt Burks. "22 laps complete. And we have a car spun in between turns 1 and 2. And green flag is out. Black keeping pace with Burks this time. Now Burks with a good run off turn 2. Extends the lead to about 3 car lengths. Black back within a car length as they go into turns 3 and 4. Black all over Burks here as they come with the 2 to go. Within a car length as they go into turns 1 and 2. Black slipping up a little bit, allowing Burks to extend the lead down the backstretch. White flag is out for Wyatt Burks, looking for his second win here at I-35 this season. About an 8-car length lead now as he goes into turns 3 and 4. And coming to the checkered flag, picking up his third win of 2017, it's Wyatt Burks. Second is J.D. Black. Third, Corey Nelson. Fourth is Chris Parkinson. Fifth, Terry Richards. Sixth, Steve Mahana. Seventh is Casey Baker. Eighth, Mitchell Davis. And ninth, Vinnie Ward.
Make our way over here to Wyatt, you're going to pick up your second feature win in the Power I Series here at I-35 Speedway. It was a long one, lots of restarts, but each and every restart you up for the task and were able to hang on to the lead.
Yeah, I was just mainly worried about my tire blowing. Felt like I was losing air at the end of that deal, but I want to say big thanks to my dad and Don. I ended up flipping the car last night and junking it, and they busted their butts all day to get this one ready. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't even be here tonight. So this all goes to them, and Don's good friend Jake Bowser's died last week on Saturday. This one goes to him too.
Yeah, and what goes through a driver's mind when there's that many restarts? That last restart, you had your biggest challenge from J.D. Black there. He was able to almost get to the inside of you. You were able to hold him off.
I knew if I just stayed in the rubber, he probably wasn't going to be able to get me. It's hard to do anything on a rubber down racetrack. So that was kind of just my game plan. Don't miss my marks and hit them every lap.
Well, congratulations, your Power I War Non-Wing Sprint Car Series feature winner, the 11W of Wyatt Burks.
Number 4.
The B20 of Tom Brown, the 2 of Jason Billups. They're going to battle side by side on the initial start of the Midwest Lightning Sprints feature, but it's the B20 of Tom Brown leading the field through turns 1 and 2.
As we go down the back straightaway, Tom Brown looks like he is the man to beat as we go through turn number 3. Here comes Jason Billups as we're side by side. Mark Billings will take over that 2 spot down the front straightaway.
Billings can now set his sights on the B20 of Tom Brown. Tom Brown has been tough to beat the last several times the Midwest Lightning Sprints have been here at I-35 Speedway. Back further in the pack, the battle for 4th is between the 94 of Ryan Seacrest and the 9S of Bobby Lane.
As we come down the front straightaway, Tom Brown still got that car working as he is out of Cereso, Nebraska. Got that car out front, but here comes Billings and here comes Billups. Great racing action, but it don't look like anyone has anything for Tom Brown, barring no mechanical issues.
The B20 of Tom Brown, he's out front. The 51 of Mark Billings runs second. The 2 of Jason Billups runs third. The 94 of Ryan Seacrest, he's in fourth. The 9S of Bobby Lane rounding out your top 5.
Again, down the back straight, by that motorcycle closeouts, fast gear, fast sign. It is B20 of Tom Brown paving the way. 51 of Mark Billings run a little lower on the racetrack, not able to gain a whole lot. Lead may be shrinking ever so slightly.
And the 94 of Ryan Seacrest, he makes contact with our tractor tire over in turn number 4. That's going to cause left front suspension damage to that car as he sits sideways in turn number 4.
How do you say? That'll work. Green flag coming back out on the racetrack. He done throw rocks on the floor.
The B20 of Tom Brown. He's going to get away from the 51 of Mark Billings early here on this restart. It's about 3 car lengths down the back straightaway. The 51 of Billings, he's starting to pull away from the 2 of Jason Billups as well.
Tom Brown got it out front, but here comes Mark Billings. Billings doing everything he can to run into that lead. Cannot get it done, as that is 5 laps in the books. That time by.
The B20 of Tom Brown continues to extend his lead off of turn number 2 as the 51 of Mark Billings starts to slip into the clutches of the 2 of Jason Billups. But this time by halfway for the B20 of Tom Brown.
Brown out front, Billings second, Billups third, then comes Lane in car number 9S, and then car number 85 of Ken Billings, liquid powder coat cars running second and fifth here tonight.
The lead for the B20 of Tom Brown is now up to about 10 to 12 car lengths as we have a battle for second in the turn number 1. The 2 of Jason Billups, he is now on the back bumper, the 51 of Mark Billings.
Mark Billings' car kind of losing the handle. He gets a little bit tail wagging happy down there in turn number 2. That's going to open the door for the 2 of Billups as Billups will take over that second spot. Now, can he run down the fast car of B20 of Tom Brown?
4 more times around I-35 Speedway for the B20 of Tom Brown. He's still got about 10 to 12 car lengths on the 2 of Jason Billups. The 51 of Mark Billings is fading quickly. He's now out of the picture here at I-35 Speedway. It's now a race between the B20 of Tom Brown and the 2 of Jason Billups.
Bobby Lane runs in that 4th spot. He will now look to run down the 51 of Billings. Looks like tires or something on the handle, a miss on that car number 51 as he had slid from the back, front to the back. But up front, laps winding down. 2 to go for Tom Brown in car number B20.
The B20 of Tom Brown has been dominant here in the Midwest Lightning Sprints feature. The gap right now is about as close as anyone has been able to keep it, except for restarts is off of turn number 4. The B20 of Tom Brown will get the white flag at I-35 Speedway.
As he goes into turn number 1, he will come off turn number 2. Got that car out front. Tom Brown racing again out of Cereso, Nebraska. B20 showing the way as he heads through turn number 3. Off of turn number 4, he will pick up the feature win. Checkered flag in the air, the B20 of Tom Brown. Second for a hard-charging Jason Billups in that car number 2. Third place, 51 of Mark Billings. Then comes car number 9S of Bobby Lane, and the 85 of Ken Billings will round out your top 5.
Here for his post-race winner's circle interview. Tom, you won here last week. You get another victory here tonight. You're kind of on a roll here at I-35 Speedway.
Yeah, we struggled a little bit in the mid-season, and we kind of figured out what was wrong with it and got it working good now. And kind of glad I started on a pole tonight. The track's a little bit slick, but I like tracks like this, so a little more technical, a little less horsepower. So I don't know how close second place was, but I thought I could hear him back there. At least in my head, they were pretty close. So.
The 51 of Mark Billings, he was challenging earlier than the 2 of Jason Billups. He was about 10 car lengths back, but as a driver out front, what goes through a driver's mind trying to figure out what's going on behind him?
Don't make a mistake. That's about it. We don't have mirrors or anything, so you just kind of go by sound, and you can kind of look back getting into the corner if you get a second, but it's tough. Things are happening so fast. You just kind of try to hit your marks and not make any mistakes.
Anyone you'd like to thank on your car that helped you get your victory tonight?
Yeah, Speedway Motors helps me out a lot. TBR Motorsports, Hoosier Tires, the best tires out there. There's a lot of Rod End Supply, all the sponsors for MLS, and all the fans here for coming out. This is you make it possible for us to do this stuff. So hopefully we put on a good show for you every week.
Well, thank you and congratulations, your Midwest Lightning Sprints feature winner tonight, the B20 of Tom Brown.
As Jacob makes his way back.
The 4M of Manly Lamar, he's going to lead the field to green. The green flag is out, and the 4M of Lamar leads the field into turn number 1.
As they go down the back straightaway, driving car number 4M race fans, it is Manly Lamar. He has it out front. Look at Justin Asher in that Bills Built chassis as he will run into that second spot. Great racing action as Manly Lamar trying to do the double dip here on the weekend.
The 27 of Lee Kenny, he has issues over in turn number 3, hops the cushion and goes from about 5th all the way to the back of the pack, but back out front it's the 4M of Manly Lamar leading the 80 of Justin Asher.
Again, as we go through turn number 3, coming off turn number 4, Manly Lamar picked up the feature win last night. Can he do it again tonight? He has been fast all year. The 4M of Lamar out front.
Your early big movers, that 13 of Chris Mercer, he's now to the inside of the 66X for 4th. We're going to try 3 wide off of turn number 2 back there for 5th, and that's going to go to the 66X of Jimmy Masoner Jr.
They made it work. Look at A.J. Sayers in the old Paw Patrol car. He's got it working as we come down the front straightaway, but up front, everybody chasing Lamar. Again, Mercer up from the back to 4th. Good run for Chris Mercer.
The lead has stabilized for the 4M of Manly Lamar. He's got about 6 car lengths on the 80 of Justin Asher. Asher's got about 10 car lengths from him all the way back to the 14 of Gary Ainsworth, and then comes the 13 of Chris Mercer, and now the 75X of Randy Smith Jr. He runs in that 5th position after starting 10th.
Great job by him as he has brought that car to the front. Here comes car number 13 of Mercer. He now sets his sights on Ainsworth and car number 14. Mercer coming to the front, doing everything he can as we got 5 laps in the books this time by.
Somehow the back of the pack made it work over in turn number 2. They tried 4 wide. We're going to try 3 wide. It's the 50 of Leroy Morrison. The 13J has contact made in the turn number 1. Everyone keeps it headed in the right direction except for issues for the 13J of Jeffrey Sears. He stopped over in turn number 1.
Again, squeezing in, got really tight down there in turn number 1, as that will bring the yellow Morrison in the 32 of Atkins, and 27 Lee Kivity, and then the 95S of A.J. Sayers.
4M of Manly Lamar. He's going to slow him up into turn number 4. Then he's going to hit the gas pedal. He's going to lead the field. But the 13 of Chris Mercer and the 80 of Justin Asher, they are side by side, 3 wide into turn number 1. As the 75X of Randy Smith Jr., he splits the gap. He's now to the outside of the 4M of Manly Lamar. What a move from the 75X of Randy Smith Jr. Now the 13 of Chris Mercer. He's to the inside of the 80 of Justin Asher as the 4M of Manly Lamar continues to lead into turn number 1.
As we go through turn number 1, off of turn number 2, Randy Smith's got that high side momentum. Will he have enough to get by Lamar? The answer is yes as we go into turn number 3. But here comes Lamar fighting back on the inside.
The 13 of Chris Mercer. He moves to the top side of the racetrack to try to follow the 75 at the line. It's door to door, but your new leader is the 75X of Randy Smith Jr.
As we go down the back straightaway, Smith's going to now take over the front all by himself. Here comes Mercer following suit. Mercer will now take over that second spot.
Into turn number 3, through turn number 4, the 4M of Manly Lamar. He tries to fight back, but it's the 13 of Chris Mercer that takes second. The 4M of Manly Lamar, he falls back to third with the 80 of Justin Asher in fourth.
These two gladiators battling it out up front. You got car number 75 of Randy Smith Jr. He is your current point leader. Here comes Mercer, definitely your Rookie of the Year in the E-Modified division as he will look on the inside there side by side. Too close for me to call it the line that time as they head into turn number 1.
It might have been the 75X of Randy Smith Jr. that led that time by with the 13 of Chris Mercer. He's still side by side with them. The 75X gets clear into turn number 3, but back comes the 13 of Chris Mercer to his inside.
As we come down the front straightaway, Randy Smith fighting back on the outside again. Too close for me to call as they're side by side, wheel to wheel to line, as this is going to shape out to be one more great race to the finish as they're still wheel to wheel down the back straightaway as we head into 3.
The 13 of Chris Mercer, he's on the bottom and says, we've got one around over in turn number 2. It's the 66X of Jimmy Masoner Jr. Just as the 13 of Chris Mercer clears the 75X of Randy Smith Jr., the yellow flag will come out, and we're going to have to go back to scoring to see who's that's going to lead the field with the green flag, green-white checkered here at I-35 Speedway.
Delaware double file restart. Choosing that inside line is Randy Smith. He knows now that Mercer will take that high line on the restart as we are good to go. Coming off turn number 4, green flag going to be in the air as we're looking at a green, a white, and a checkered as they come by the flag stand.
The 13 of Chris Mercer, he's got a car length on the 75X. He's going to drive to the inside the 75X of Smith. He's going to use the top side of the racetrack, but a good run for the 13 of Chris Mercer off of turn number 2.
Mercer got a good start that time. He has about a 2-car length lead, but here comes Smith fighting back as he is now on the inside of the racetrack. As Gary Ainsworth way up the racetrack as 8S of Caleb Pugh. He has got that car moving to the front as he will settle in that 4th or 5th spot. Down the back straightaway, looks like Chris Mercer is going to lead him. Again, race fans down the front straightaway. Checkered flag in the air. Driver of car number 13, Chris Mercer. Second place, car number 75 of Randy Smith Jr. Third place, 4M of Manly Lamar. Then comes, I think, car number 50 of Leroy Morrison, the 8S of Caleb Pugh, or maybe throw the 80 of Justin Asher in the mix. We'll see how it all checks out with scoring.
Chris, that was one great battle with the 75X of Randy Smith Jr. You guys battled side by side, lap after lap, but you were able to get the job done tonight.
That was a fun race. I was kind of hoping it stayed green. I lucked out that I had the nose on him that last time at the line when the yellow came out. Car was fast all night. Unfortunately, what happened in a heat race, it's just racing. And I've never won one from that far back. Every time I've won a race, it's been on the front row, so that one feels good. It feels good. I mean, we got a tough group of cars here tonight, and it feels good to stand on top.
Yeah, when that yellow flag comes out, what goes through a driver's mind knowing you're out front, but you're going to have to hold off some hard chargers behind you?
Well, there on the very end, I knew I had Randy's favorite line, so I wasn't coming off of it. He was running where I like to run, and I knew if I could stay down there and he didn't get a nose underneath me, we would probably come out on top.
Anybody you'd like to thank for your win tonight?
Yeah, I got to thank Fastlane Racing Engines. Got to thank Joe's Data Center, McLaughlin Fabrication, Fusion Graphics, Prime Racing, and Daniel Harris of Harris Lawn and Landscape.
Thank you and congratulations. Your E-Modified feature winner tonight, the 13 of Chris Mercer.